So, well, first I'll kind of start big picture. It's like the whole muscle fiber right here, and the neuron that's going to innervate it. And then we'll jump down to that smaller level and see really what's going on. That sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's the muscle fiber, and there's kind of this tube going through the middle. Does anyone know what that's called?
Is it the node of here?
No, that's on a nerve.
Okay.
Woody, any idea?
What was the question?
Muscle fibers, they have these tubes going down to the middle of them.
Oh, is that the H or
No.
crap? What's it called? T-tubules?
T-tubules, yeah. Awesome.
Some letter.
Yeah. So this guy releases neurotransmitters. And what's the neurotransmitter? You said it earlier.
Acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine, yeah. And it binds to what kind of receptor?
Lightning.
Mhm.
Can you finish?
Ligand gates. So this is very similar to what we went over. What are those gates gonna allow to enter the cell?
Acetylcholine?
Acetylcholine's open the gates. Then
Oh, so it's calcium, isn't it?
no, not yet. They will.
This is sodium again?
Sodium again, yeah, just like before. Sodium's usually, in most cases, it's the initial ion that flows in. So if enough sodium flows in, what'll happen to the cell?
Depolarize.
Depolarize. And it'll hit threshold. Once it hits threshold, then what happens?
The sodium gates open up.
Yeah, so we have all these sodium gates that are going to open up. Okay, so the action potential, or the change in charge, is going to kind of travel down the muscle fiber, and it also goes down the T-tubule. Do you remember, jumping back to where there's like the Z discs, you know how those contract,
Mhm.
they get closer? Do you remember what ion it is that allows that whole process to start in contraction?
Like what ion that starts it? I want to say calcium because
Calcium.
it leaks from the sarcoplasmic reticulum.
Perfect. Yeah. So this whole process, the whole goal is to try to get calcium into the cell, right? So we have a couple gates right here, and they're attached to sarcoplasmic reticulum. And this thing has lots of calcium inside. And we want calcium to be released because that lets us contract our muscles, right? So the action potential travels down the muscle fiber, gets down to these gates, and when the action potential reaches these gates, it causes a change in them, and the sarcoplasmic reticulum is like a little channel that opens up, and then the calcium can leave.
So what causes that gate to open near the charge?
These guys?
Yeah.
Just the charge that travels down. So it's that's sodium in, then these voltage gated sodium channels open and lets a bunch of sodium in, so it becomes more positive. And one of these is voltage gated as well. So when that happens, it's kind of weird, but essentially it changes shape, allowing calcium to leave the sarcoplasmic reticulum.
Okay. Before
that, it's kind of blocking it, and then after, lets it leak out.
So it's kind of like a domino effect, the
Mhm.
voltage thing. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of videos you watch on YouTube, it shows just kind of like that. These gates open, which allow these ones to open, it just goes down further. We don't want the calcium to always be out because then we'd never relax our muscles. So there's something called Circa pumps that will pump the calcium back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum.
So if we never pump it back in, the muscle will always stay contracted.
It would, yeah.
Okay.
All right, any questions about this part?
How much of the information do we need to know about the sarcomere for the test? Because for me, that's like generally like one of the only fuzzy areas.
Like the Z-disc, and Z-disc, and
Yeah.
all the things in between.
Mhm.
You'll need to know quite a bit of that. I'll go over that next.
Okay.
It's not too bad. what I did, I just drew it out like. what
Yeah,
you
no,
guys-
that's what everyone tells me, just draw it out
Just
when you get
draw
in
it.
there.
Mhm. Just draw it out on the test. Before the test, just draw it out, see if you can label everything accurately. If you know how it goes, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Test.